think I'm gonna break my Switch. Ah, go on. No. Cracking fit. Pleased with that. Hello, welcome to the channel. Now, did you know that the Nintendo Switch OLED is ever so slightly wider than the original Nintendo Switch? Well, it is, and that can cause some problems. Because for me, I've got loads of grips, and I'd suggest maybe you have one or two of them on the list that I'm going to show today. But the question I got asked after showing the superb S&Co Neo Grip last week is, does my old grip still work? So in today's video, I've got 8 grips that are made for the original Nintendo Switch, and we are going to find out together if any of them fit on this, the new OLED model. This will save you money on going out and having to buy a new grip. So join me as I turn up the lights and put all 8 grips down into the desk and see if any of them are compatible with a Nintendo Switch OLED. Welcome down onto a very crowded tech desk. I am going to be tidying this up later to show them off, but I just wanted to get all of them in the same shot just to show you what we're going to be going through. Okay, so I've kind of split them up into pairs. We have these two, which is the TomToc and the Mumba Grip. So they are very similar, so we're going to put them to the test. I've also here got the S&Co, so this is the crystal and this is the original S&Co grip. These two non-branded, so this is kind of ones with Joy-Cons, and this one is just a power bank grip, so we'll try those two. And also we're going to be trying this one. This is the Oivo Grip, and this one is the Satisfye Grip. All of these grips are made and sold to use with the original Nintendo Switch. We're going to see if they work with the OLED because it's a couple of millimeters wider than this one. And when we do it, we're going to mainly focus, we pretty much know, I can see all straight off the bat, all of them, the face buttons are going to be fine. I'm more interested in the game card, the vent, the volumes, power, triggers and bumpers, and also not hugely, but the speakers back here. And I pretty much can tell you now that none of them work with this stand, as you can see straight off. You don't need to be a genius to work that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through them all, make sure they all fit the OLED. So I'm going to go now, and I'm just going to get all this tidied up. Here we are then. Right, I've got these two. We're going to start off with these two first, both non-branded really. Every single grip I have done a video on. If you want to see a full in-depth review of any of these grips, go and have a look down in the description below. You can go and watch my video on any of them. But we're really going to briefly run through to see if the OLED fits in any of these. Okay, we're going to start off with this one. So this is kind of like a Joy-Con. So we know that these Joy-Cons are going to work with this, but whether it actually fits in this bit here, because this is solid, and the screen, which I'm going to have to take the Joy-Cons off, is the wider part of the new OLED. Okay, and straight off the bat, there you go. Look, you can see how much wider the OLED is than the normal Switch there, because it's got a couple of millimeters there wide. So no, straight away, we're going to bin that one. So this one, non-branded Joy-Cons, is a no. Next up, we're going to look at this. This is again a non-branded, but this is a power bank one. So this has a 5000 mAh battery, which charges up to here. But again, like this one, this is very solid here, so I haven't got much hope for this. And what you do is you put this on here, and you slide these two bits up and seat it into the charging port down there. But I can already see it ain't going to fit. Okay, so if you've got this one, it ain't going to fit. However, if I take these off, it's the Joy-Cons that are the problem with this, because this just makes the Joy-Cons fit on here. If we do this, put it up there, like that, put it on, okay, there we go. So it does work, it does fit on there, but to be honest with you, it's a bit pointless because you haven't actually got any Joy-Cons, and you can't use the kickstand, so you'd have to play it like that. So you can't fit any Joy-Cons. In fact, you probably could. Yeah, okay. You can fit one Joy-Con in. Okay, that's pretty pointless, but okay. So we're gonna have this as taken out, pushing it up there like that. Because you can't get both Joy-Cons and because you can't get access to the kickstand, I'm going to say this power bank non-branded grip is a no. Next up, we're going to be looking at this. This is the TomToc and this is the Mumba Grip. They are very, very similar, so I'm expecting similar results from them. And we know they fit with the Switch, let's fit with the OLED. Let's start off with this one, the closest one to me, the Mumba Grip. And the way you put them in is you put it into the top. I like poke it into the top and poke it in the bottom. So let's see if it fits. Yep, there we go, nice fit. Okay, so this fits. Nice fit along there. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's a really decent fit. It's a good start. Okay, now we're going to check the buttons. Obviously, all the face buttons work. The bumpers and the triggers work. No issues with that. On the bottom, access to the charging as you'd expect. The speakers, they're going to be a little bit muffled because they're kind of now underneath there, underneath the dock, and obviously you can't use the kickstand, so it's going to be under the kickstand there, but I think you'll still be able to hear it a little bit. Oh yeah, you can still hear it, that's not a problem. And on the top, the game card is slightly blocked that side. As you can see, the 3.5, you can't get access to that, and the vent there, it's got most of the vent, so that should be okay. And the power and the volume, this is what we're going to be talking about now, okay? So power, no problems whatsoever working with that. And then the volume, okay? So volume up is fine, volume down doesn't work, okay? The reason for that is if I pull this up and I turn the volume all the way down, okay, so it's volume down, and I quickly put the case on, it automatically pushes the volume up. Now the reason for that is in here, there are these little knobbles here, they are poking on the volume. Now, the easy way to do that is just to cut this bit out, but then you'd have to be digging your finger in to change the volume. But the power button works okay, it's just the volume. Maybe even if you just cut those bits down a little bit, you can do that. Okay, so it fitted well, just an issue with the volume, issue with the bits here, so I'm going to call this a maybe. Next up, we're going to be looking at this, a TomToc, so this is exactly the same version, so we're going to quickly whip through this. It should be exactly the same, so let's have a look. This is a nice fit. Yep, nice fit. Same at the back, same at the bottom, same at the top there. Same at the top with the game card, however, you have access to the 3.5 because it's a little bit different there. It's fully open there, whereas this one has a hole, so you've got access to your 3.5, most of the vents, so that shouldn't be an issue. Power. Yeah, no problem with the power. And let's have a look at the volume. I think we might have the same problem. Let's ping the volume down. Okay, the volume's all the way down. Put it on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you're going to have the same problem. Same problem with the volume there. So if you've got this TomToc grip and you want to use this with the OLED, you're going to need to modify it with the volume, but that's about it, I'd say. So again, I would put this in the category of maybe. Now moving on, we've got the two S&Co grips. This is the original and this is the crystal grip. So we had a look at the Neo grip. This one is specifically made for the OLED. It feels fantastic. It works with a kickstand. It is phenomenal. But if you own one of the older grips and you want to see if it works with the OLED, that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so let's start off with the original grip. Okay, and the way you do that, you put that in, you put it in the top, and you poke it on the bottom there like that. It's a bit tight. Gosh. Okay. I think we're in. Okay. So obviously all the face buttons work. The fit is not great, if I'm honest. Look, it bows a bit at the bottom there because of the length. Access to all the things at the bottom. Now at the top, what we're going to do here is easy way to test this. If I go all the way down to controllers and sensors, and I go test input devices, what we're going to do is we're going to test these bumpers and triggers. Okay, so let's test the right bumper. Oh, no. Okay, no. Okay, that one seems to work. That one doesn't, the right one doesn't. Okay. No, the bumpers don't work. Okay, so I can't get the bumpers to work. I don't know why. It looks like this should work, they just don't. Maybe it's just because it's being stretched around, as you can see, that it's being stretched there. Okay, that's enough. I've had that for me. Okay, so the original S&Co grip, does it work the OLED? No. Next up, we've got the crystal grip. This one is a little bit more flexible than this one, so it should be a better fit. So again, putting it in the top like that and putting it in the bottom. There we go, that was a lot quicker to get in. Let's see, make sure we get it all nicely fitted. Okay, a little bit of bowing at the bottom there. So it's not a great fit. Again, because it's wider, it's pushing it and it's pulling it, and it's not a great fit, if I'm honest. Exactly the same as the bottom there with the speakers and the charging. At the top, no access to the game card. You've got a little bit of access to the 3.5. I reckon you could get something in there. Decent amount of vents there. And you can actually see here where the power and the volume work. And if you can see, oh, it's just. So let's test this. Okay, come out of there. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so the volume works. Volume works perfectly. The volume and the power button, they all work perfectly. No problems whatsoever. Now we're going to test whether we can get the triggers to work. And we do that. Going here. Controllers and sensors. Go down to test input devices, test button controllers. Okay, so let's try the left. Oh yeah, there you go. And R. Oh, brilliant. Okay, so it seems to work okay. So for me, this is probably the best fit out of all the ones that we've had so far. If you can get over the fact that it's a bit loose around here, and you can't use the kickstand unfortunately, and if you like the S&Co, the crystal, the fingerprint magnet crystal, and it is there's material that it probably, as you can see, I've had mine for a few months and mine hasn't gone yellow, but because of the nature of this material, it might go yellow. If you don't mind that and you've got one, yeah. The S&Co crystal grip for me with the OLED, I'm going to have this as a yes. Final two then, we've got these two. This is the Satisfye and this is the Oivo. So again, these are both for the original Switch. And we'll start off with the Satisfye because I know this. It's okay, so you put it in and you push. It's just too much. I'm not even going to risk that. No, I'm not going to risk that. Okay, I can get it in about a third of the way before it just gets stuck. It's just a bit too tight. The fit on this is just a bit too tight for this, or I can't even get it in that. So for me, the original Satisfye, it's a no. And then finally on the list we have this is the Oivo. Now Oivo have come out with a brand new one version for the OLED, which I've got and I'm going to be doing a review on at some point, so do subscribe for the review of that. But this is the Oivo one, this is for the original Switch. I reviewed this a while ago and thought it was fantastic. So let's see if we can put this in. Okay, so already it's easier to push in than the Satisfye, so there we go, and we're in. And then put this up, this clip up the top there. I don't need to go over any of this because all of the buttons will work. You get access to all of that. You're only going to miss out a little bit of that vent here, but all the buttons are going to work. Everything's going to be great. You're even going to have superb access to the speakers. No access to the kickstand, but this one kind of has its own built-in kickstand anyway. Like that. Okay, so for me, this is a resounding yes. So there we have it then. That was my look at all 8 grips. Some yeses, some nos, and some maybes. Have you got any of these? Have you got any of these from my original videos that you picked up? I hope the one that you've got still works with the OLED, if that's what you want. If not, you're going to have to wait out and go out and get yourself a specific OLED grip. And I will leave links down below where you can go and have a look at the Neo grip from S&Co because it is top notch. Okay, do let me know. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any of these and which ones you're thinking about picking up. Okay, until the next video, bye-bye.